to Knitting Books, etc. My name is Christina, and today I'm here to talk a little bit about knitting, a little bit about books. And I'm going to start with a big etc. Knitting. What I'm wearing is a pattern by Kim Hargreaves from this book here, which is a book I love, and the pattern is this one here. So it's a cardigan with short sleeves. It's the yarn I used is cotton, as the original yarn is. So it has some nice details like contrasting color here on the sleeves and inside the pockets. I'm sorry I cannot show you. Let me see here. Okay, so it's a very nice pattern, and the etc. I'm going to show you is this here. So you would have thought that someone who attended university for 10 years, because I did. I studied law for 4 years, when then I decided that I didn't want to be a lawyer anymore, and so I changed and started my studies in English and Portuguese literature, language and literature, and I studied 4 more years, and then after graduating I had to do a post-graduation of 2 years in order to become a teacher. So you would have thought that I had some tiny bit intelligence or at least knowledge, but no. So today I went to my treatment, physical therapy treatment, and when I came back I decided to start cleaning the ceiling of one of the bathrooms here in the house because it's full of mold, and I decided to clean it. So I took off the skirt I was wearing and put some trousers that I only use inside the house because they are not in condition to go outside with them, and I started cleaning. I am doing it only bit by bit, small portions, because I'm still hurting from my arm and my leg and so on because of the accident I had. Of course, what did I use? Bleach. So I even wore a mask. Now that we are always wearing masks, I wore a mask to use the bleach, and I worked for 10 minutes, 15, I don't know. I had to stop because I was tired, and it's not easy to be looking at the ceiling and etc. So of course, bleach. This only took me hours and hours and hours to make, and now it's ruined. So that's my big etc. for today. Regarding knitting, I don't have much progress in the sock I am making for my son, the last one of those that I wanted to do, but the only thing that it's news, it's this magazine that arrived this week in the post, and it was quite a surprise. I wasn't expecting it. Of course I knew it would come, but I wasn't expecting now, so it was a surprise. And it's the other day I mentioned that this magazine is the only one that I subscribe, so there you have. That's for knitting. In relation to books, I have to say that I've been in a kind of a slump caused by me. Why? Because I think I mentioned that I have, as in knitting, I have lots of problems of focusing and concentrate on something. I am always finding new things to do, and everything is so lovely. And with BookTube, it happens that I love several channels and I watch them, and I always get very enthusiastic about their content, and I want to read what they show, And the great problem for me is that I want to participate in read-alongs because again, as I said, no one here near me reads what I read. So there's an insect here. I hate insects. I don't know what type of insect that is. Okay, sorry. I hate. I was going. No. No one here, my people I know, friends, family, read what I read. So I like to participate in read-alongs with people, the other people. But there are so many good read-alongs. So I started the year with Melissa from Bookish something. I will then Marissa. I think she's Marissa. Sorry. I will link to her channel. She has the Bronte Project, and last October I read two books by Charlotte Bronte. I read Shirley and I read Jane Eyre. So I decided that I would read this year. I would go along with her plan of reading Bronte, but perhaps I won't reread those two so soon. So I read Villette, and then I read The Professor, which has very similar topics, but Villette is of course, a woman that, and it's a little bit autobiographical for what I know. She went to Villette, which is a city we are not told, but everyone knows that it must be Brussels, which is where Charlotte Bronte lived for some time. And so, in that case, it's a woman that goes and teaches in a school and whatever. Then what's other stuff, and in The Professor it's a man. So but it's very similar in several aspects, except that The Professor is lighter and not Villette can have some bits which are quite depressing. The Professor no. And then in April we were supposed to read Agnes Grey by Anne Bronte, which has some similar subjects, meaning especially the idea of teaching in a school, being a governess in this case, and then teaching in a school. But it's different. What happened is that when I received the book, I didn't have Agnes Grey, and I ordered it, and I liked so much the edition that the other day I was looking at it and I picked it up and I read it in 2 goes. So I read 2/3 in one day and 1/3 in the next day, and I loved it very much. It's in my opinion, it's a little bit it's a little bit different. For me it's lighter, more enjoyable, but we also have a lot of what's in the main character's mind, which that's in Jane, in Villette, in The Professor, and here in Agnes Grey too. We are participating in their thoughts and feelings. Okay, so but what I was going to say is that I ended up reading Agnes Grey already, so I have only 2 books in the Brontes to go, and I already intended to read those books. So I'm going on with the project, but everything else I have to let go because I am kind of enrolled in so many read-alongs that I felt I was drowning. So Kim of the middle of the book, March, is doing a read-along of George Eliot, and I love George Eliot. At least I loved Middlemarch, and I wanted to participate, and I said I was going to. Then I am reading the Brales Karamazov. Then when March, the mystery madness came along, I chose 8 Agatha Christie books. I read 3, and then I have to pause because then I had Mammoth to read too. And then I have the small parallel things I'm reading, like play Shakespeare, my Shakespeare project, and the Divine Comedy, and other stuff that appears. Then the other day I watched Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative talk about Their Wives Were Watching God by Nora Zil Huston, I think it's her name, and I have that book. I read bits of it at university. I don't think I read it completely, or perhaps I have forgotten because I don't. But I still have the same book I had at university, and immediately after watching her, I started reading it. And then everyone is telling me how Dune is so fabulous, and I didn't resist and picked it up. Then I had Anna Karenina, and I also wanted to read a bit of Anna Karenina, and I opened the book and read some chapters on it. And there's more. So this is to tell you that, I am also participating in the Patreon group of Kate Howe, which is a bunch of lovely people, and we meet every month in Zoom, and it's been lovely. And I am reading a book that we will discuss next, which is Dead Secret by Wilkie Collins. And I think there are more. So what happens is that with so many things bombarding me from everywhere, and being I don't know, mobile as the Donna, I felt that I was drowning in books. So what I decided is I am going to read my Mammoth because I am enjoying it immensely. I will talk about it in a minute. And then I will read the other books. I'm going to concentrate on a big book, and then, of course, continue with my side books of the plays. I am reading at the moment King John, and of course my Divine Comedy that I am reading. I am presently at Purgatory, and I'm going to show you the books that I received recently. To complete my collection, I only had Inferno. So, and I'm following along. What I'm doing is that I more or less read one canto per day, but I am also watching Tom L.A. Books doing his explanation of each canto. So when there's a new one, which I have now, Canto 24, I think, to watch, I go back to the book and take a look at what I already read. But that doesn't take me much time. Like the plays don't take me much time as well. So, what I'm reading and what I'm going to read and concentrate on reading for now is this book here. And I am more or less a quarter in, because I cannot, and now I'm reading this. This is presently at least the most funny book I have read recently. Even today I was at the physical therapist, and there is a moment where I can read in the treatment, and I was laughing out loud because it's so funny. And so I don't remember. I have read other Dickens novels, but a very long time ago, and I don't remember that them being so funny. And this one is being a treat. So I'm going to concentrate on this one for now, and the dead secret that we are going to discuss, I'm going to continue listening to in an audiobook format while I knit, because it's my stitch and listen project, and for now that's all I'm going to do. When I finish this book, I'm going to finish the Brothers Karamazov, which I am in the last third part of the book. So I'm going to, I stopped it when I started this one, because when March started, I wanted to participate in the March of the Mammoth, and so I will, and after I finish the Brothers Karamazov, I will start with a very light book, which is War and Peace, because I also was talking with other people about reading that, and that's a book that it's good to have some company while you read it, because it's a big endeavor. And so that's how it is for me. This week I am going to show you only two things that I don't remember if I showed you this. I had Inferno, and now I have Purgatory and Paradise to continue reading it and continue with the lessons by Tom. I am already reading this one here, and it's very suspenseful because I still haven't entered Purgatory. So, and I am already in Canto 8. So, and still, but it has a plan, a picture. I always loved plans and pictures. Here it is, the plan of Mount Purgatory. So here we are going to climb a mountain, the opposite of Inferno, where we are going down, climbing down. Here we are going up, okay? And I also received on the post this book here. I don't think I showed you, but I saw it in Everyone Who Reads Must Converse. I don't know if that's the name of Noah's channel, but I will link it. And he showed this, and I always wanted to try Flannery O'Connor, because I remember reading something from her. But and so this edition are her complete stories, and it's a little bit damaged here from the post. But anyway, so this is my new acquisition, and I was almost forgetting, sorry, something that I wanted to show you. So some videos ago, Ross and Tilly were discussing a play, and they mentioned, I don't remember, but they mentioned the Arabian Nights and the 1001 Nights, and I wrote a comment saying that when I was very young, I saw a collection of the Arabian Nights, and I fell in love, and I bought it with the help of my parents, and they are 6 volumes. I'm going to show you one, and the other 6 then I'll show you here, so the other 5. So they are 6 volumes. This is one, yes, this is volume 1, and they have all the stories. They are here inside of the Arabian Nights, but they are translated, I don't know from which language, it doesn't say here, but all the translators are, as I say, names of streets or schools here, because they are all very well-known Portuguese authors. Even one of the volumes has the José Saramago, which is I think the only it's not the only Portuguese that won a Nobel Prize, but the only that won a literature Nobel Prize. So you have each volume has several translators, and what I mean is that I don't believe that they translated. They must have translated from English, in my opinion. And also, it has several. These are illustrators from this volume, and all this book has several. Those illustrators are also very famous. Some are famous painters and so on. And the book, they have. These are the complete 1001 Nights. So we have the main story, Sherazad's story, and we have every time she stops, every 1001 breaks in her narrative, we have it here with a little bit update on her life. So it's for example, we see that she has some children at the end and so on. But the book is full of several, some are black and white, some are in color, full color. But, here, let's see an example here of this picture with some nudes. What happened is that I must have been 10 when I bought these books. And I was shocked, and I never told this to anyone, because some of the stories are not erotic, they are hardcore porn. And I wasn't expecting that as a kid. So here are, and there are lots of stories, but I was completely shocked. Here you have a color picture. They are, the books are amazing, and they are 6 books. Let me show you here. Let me see, sorry. So here they are, the 6 books, and sorry. So I love them, and I have to reread this. They are a treasure, actually, they are. And I like, as I said, I like the classic, very classic stories. I read the Odyssey, I'm reading I like all those things, so I will have to add this, but not for now. Okay, for now I'm going to read Our Mutual Friend, which I tell you everyone should read because it's so funny. So funny. I hope everyone is doing well, and I see you next time.